Hey everyone, welcome to Techalt. So this tutorial is going to be in continuation with the previous one, that is Learning Pen Tool Part 1. So this is the Part 2 of the previous tutorial. So if you did not see the previous one, please go to the link given in the card above and click on the link and you can watch Part 1 of this video. So continuing with Part 2. At first, the pen tool may seem a little bit hard to get a full grasp on, but believe me, it's really pretty simple. Once you understand the basic principles behind it, you will find it easy to use. You can also draw along with me. If you want, you can pause the video or replay it as many times as you want. So let's get started. Let's quickly revise the pen tool. If your caps lock is on, you will see this cursor. Okay, so these are the cursors which will be visible if your caps lock is pressed. With caps lock pressed. Okay, and these are the cursors which are going to be visible if your caps lock is not pressed. Okay, so remember this thing. So if you see these cursors, any one of these cursors, this means that your pen is ready to draw a path. A plus sign along with the pen cursor indicates position pointer over path to add a point. Okay, suppose if you want to add another point to an existing path, you can use this cursor. Position pointer over path to remove a point. If you want to delete a point, you can position this cursor. This cursor position pointer over end of an open path to continue drawing that path with the pen tool. So if you want to continue a line, okay, suppose you have drawn a segment and you want to continue with that segment, you can use this tool. Next is this cursor is used for closing a path. If you want to close a path. If you want to continue drawing a path, this cursor will be used. Position the pointer over a point and convert point icon appears. Okay, so this icon, if you see this icon, that means the convert point icon will appear. And this icon is on Windows, it is Alt key. On Mac, there is Option key. Is held down, it converts to the Convert Anchor Point tool. So let's quickly revise some important points about the pen tool and path selections. Suppose if I draw a circle over here, go to Edit, Preferences, Selection and Anchor Display. Here you can see we have different options over here. You can check each and every option. See, here there is one option which says Object Selection by Path Only. If you select this option and click on OK, now see, this is the path and this is the fill. Okay, so what happens in this case, that if you try to move the object in the fill area, you're not able to move it. You can only move when you select the path. Okay, so Preferences, Selection and Anchor Display, Object Selection by Path Only. So by default it is not selected. Now you can move the object using the fill also. Next is tolerance. Okay, you can set the tolerance over here. So we'll see the first option, that is tolerance. tolerance, you can set the tolerance between 1 to 8. Tolerance means it is the radius of selection area around our anchor point. You can choose a value between 1 and 8. Okay, so 1 if you want to be really precise and really accurate while selecting your anchor point, and if you prefer less precision, then you can take a higher value over here. Next option is snap to point. By default this option is checked. Click on OK, and let's draw something over here. Let's draw a rectangle, and let's draw another rectangle. Now see, we have two boxes over here. Suppose I want to align these boxes. I will simply drag this rectangle, bring it somewhere over here, and you will see that it snaps. Okay, so it snaps over here like this, because our snap to point and smart guides, both options are turned on, and the option over here, that is snap to point, is 2 pixels. Okay, it is selected, so you can enter any value over here. Next is highlight anchors on mouse over. So by default this option is checked. Click on OK. When you select direct selection tool and you go to any object, when you hover on the anchors, you will see that the anchor is highlighted. Okay, because this option is checked. Now what we'll do is we'll go to preferences and we will deselect this option. We'll uncheck this box, click on OK, and now if you go to any of the anchors, you will see it is not being highlighted. So this is about this option. Next is show handles when multiple anchors are selected. Okay, so by default this is checked. So suppose we are selecting 2 anchors, holding down shift key, select 2 anchors and click and drag. See, we can see the handles. And if we uncheck this box, show handles when multiple anchors are selected. Now see, we'll select multiple anchors and now if we try to drag, we can see these handles, but these are not selected, and these anchors are selected, but we cannot see the handles over here. Another option is you can select from these options anchor point and handle display, whether you want to see it like this. Okay, these are the anchors and these are the handles. So whatever style you prefer, you can select from here. So these are some of the preferences settings. You can go through this once. Take a new file. First of all, we are going to draw some of the shapes, and later on we are going to draw these shapes using pen tool. So the first shape would be taking rectangle tool, go to pen tool, click and delete one of the anchor points. So now we have a triangle over here. Next is again take rectangle tool and draw another rectangle. Hold down shift key for maintaining the proportions. Next is take Polygon tool and draw a polygon. Take 5 sides for this polygon. Again take Polygon tool and this time select 6 sides for polygon. Next is draw an ellipse. Take ellipse tool, hold down shift key and draw a circle. Again draw a circle, or you can copy the previous circle holding down Alt key or Ctrl C Ctrl V. Press C for scissors tool. Click, click and cut. Now shift this second half of the circle. Make sure that your smart guides are selected. Take zoom tool and snap this. Open layers panel and click on this little dot so that all the objects are selected, and let's increase the stroke weight. So let's draw another shape. Take another circle. This time make it longer and press P for pen tool. Alt click to convert this point to a corner, and then click and drag using A. So we'll set the stroke color to black only. So we have few objects created over here, and now we are going to draw these using pen tool for practice. So all the objects I have put on layer 1, and on layer 2 we are going to make the drawing. So I have locked layer 1. So we'll change the stroke color to something else. And now we'll start drawing on layer 2. So zoom, and we need to draw this triangle first. So click. If you want to draw a straight line, you can hold down shift key. Shift click. Make sure your snap to point and smart guides are turned on. Click, shift click, click and click again to close the shape. So first shape is done. Next, click, 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 click. So this was a simple shape. This you can draw easily. Next shape, simply click, 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 click and close the shape. So these shapes were pretty easy. Next one is coming to the curved shapes. So first of all, circle. Click. This time when you click again, you need to click and drag because we want the handles. So click and drag. So you will see these handles. Click once again to close the shape. Now we'll Alt click and drag to bring these handles and drag the handles. Click, click, drag. Now let's draw another shape. Press P, click, click, drag, click, press A, click, drag, click and drag. Click on the handles. click on the handle and drag. So this shape is done. Coming to next shape, click once more and click. So we have our basic shape. Now we are going to add some more points. So these shapes are done. So now you know how to create these basic shapes. You can trace any object once you are familiar with the basics of pen tool. Now suppose if we draw a path, any random path, and we want to cut this path into two. So press C for scissors and you can cut anywhere in between this path, and you can divide this path into two. So now these are two different paths. You can also join the paths, but that we'll see later on.